hours already, fucking hell. The game wants me to make a long distance trek. 2 Hartmans, I'm assuming, if I remember correctly. Oh, that's right. He's just over here. I totally forgot. He's just right there. So yeah, I could easily just take the road and rebuild it, like probably some of it. Like no joke, I guess. Like the road has completely, like the balancing that they've done around the road just kind of really taken the walking out of this game completely. Like I can bypass so much now with the roads. It's insane. And I don't know if insane is in a good way kind of thing. Like this doesn't feel like a very good idea or a very good balance. That's near that. Oh, the booth skeletons. I don't really care about those. Not one bit. Those mosquito bites are still goddamn itchy as fuck.
Order accepted. Thank you.
See, I should probably load up on some materials while I'm here. What are you doing? Yes, you. What are you doing, Gooby? Oh no, you're acting. And no, I had to clean up one of your messes this morning. I'm not impressed with you right now. You can stop. No, Goop, it's time for you to start really understanding after 6 years what the fuck discipline means. It means you are not gonna get babied or coddled. You're not gonna be given exactly what you want. It means he's not gonna be happy about things for a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna go around this way. It's the safer way, arguably. And I'm going to have to pass by those assholes. Those armed survivalists, as they're called.
This one's for you.
Oh, I forgot about the Carol paths are over here. Okay, yes, I can literally just go straight up, pretty much. God, I should watch the original. Hey, Professor, sorry, like, I saw the, person's username of, Black Magic and just immediately made me think of the original Nutty Professor. So he has that song routine where, singing about black magic and slowly turning back to, from his, I guess, suave, cool, very, creepy persona to the, Professor. Great movie if you haven't seen the original. Fucking way better than what was it, Eddie Murphy that they had do the remake? No, that was Dr. Doodle. Anyways, it's better than the remake. I'm telling you right now. Like the original Nutty Professor it's a fucking treat. And it's just cause like it takes it to a point where it's like that's right back in the day. Back in those times, it was considered to be cool or even like, you know, suave to be more or less very fucking creepy. Or at least compared to our nowadays standards of being really creepy. It's amazing what food was cool back then. And it's also just a fucking like it's one of those movies that like it gets better the more you age. So I guess like it just really fully hits home the fact that like as people grow up, in some regards and to some extent, we all are just kind of like overgrown children, overgrown high schoolers, all trying to fit in this complicated world. Like, it's not a wrong message to take from the movie. Considering like every single person, I'm pretty sure was like close to 30 trying to play somebody that was in their early 20s. Like minimum, like probably very late 20s. What you guys want to do? That's what they're going to do. Which is just twisted ass. I could go that way, but I do like the approach from it behind her. It just looks a lot more inviting to me. But it's also a little bit hard to see with this fucking map. Like, I'm really not a big fan of it. I would love it, like an update to change my view perspective, or at least like change the map to like say a more realistic one.
Sam, I don't recognize that device over there. Proceed with caution.
Okay, that's what I get for hitting it.
No choice but to give up on this order.
Good, I'm not that far off. Thank you, Kojima, for doing up those autosaves. Or whoever was like in charge of that. Whoever came up with the idea of like make the autosaves a little bit more frequent. Thank you. Like no joke. Thank you. Cause like that's probably the biggest quality of life improvement in this game. Because before, something you'd want to do was just constantly fucking save. Yeah, you see something you like, Goop. This is why going this way may not have been the smartest idea, if I'm being honest. Trying to do it without losing the cargo. We've got some new challengers. Okay, so there's about 4 left.
Sam, I don't recognize that device over there. Proceed with caution.
There we go, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, maybe I should just take these guys out quickly. Okay, there was an extra guy. So glad I put on my stressed out face. Come on now. Okay, look, I don't want to go that far from the fucking view. But you're gonna make me. There we go. They are neutralized now.
Feels good.
Too close for comfort.
Right. Got a little cargo.
Alright, we got that back there. Alright, that can be done with that. I could probably just empty out my backpack, really. I can just most of them get through, collect some supplies, drop them off. Even though the other area back there looks like there's a lot more supplies. I'm at least still gonna be able to get some stuff here. But that's a easy. A level 2 at that. Honestly, like a tow truck of sorts would have been cool. Something that could hold like a small amount of cargo, but then tow an off-roader. I think that'd be kind of a neat idea. Good special ops.
You're mine. Gotcha.
I really didn't need it, but thank you, I guess. Well, tons of materials for the road. Literally.
That's the way. Okay.
Let's investigate these things. 'Cause if what happened to me before is why I think it, it these are probably explosives. They're mines. Yeah. That's a mine.
Gotta stretch my legs.
Oh. But that's a bit dumb. Oh, there's even more fucking mines. Like at this point, I could start. Well, actually, I probably want to get around this corner here. really Metal Geary. And there's actually no problem with that. I do like a few of the things that Kojima has taken from Metal Gear Solid over here with. Because some of the stuff just feels natural, in my opinion. Like enemies having bases and whatnot, having the ability to tackle them in all different kinds of directions and ways. Hold off on the crystals for right now, so I am getting kind of low on crystals. That's the direction going right at the top of that hill there. It's good to know with how I'm progressing, this game might just take me like 2 to 3 months to get done. Might have a bit of a break in between to get Hellblade 1 and 2, the PlayStation 5 redone. Well, Hellblade, yeah, I guess 1 and 2 would be redone just on the PlayStation 5 with their enhanced version. You sure Heartland is here? Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a look over this way. I'm going to see if there's a song I missed. Feels good.
So that's the place, huh?
Yeah, no, I think the game fully expected me to go through this way. And they'd actually like walk off the cliff and everything. Jokes on you. No, I'm not gonna go down that way. I'm already here. And I'm pretty sure if I'm going to, like, if there was supposed to be a song that gets played, it just gets unlocked anyways when I get to it. Due to the fact that Kojima is very understanding of we all are not going to move in the exact same ways. Like, he can create a singular path for all of us to go on. But some of us are still going to be obstinate. We're going to try and find another way around.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Thank you for your service. Proceeding to order confirmation. cargo is above average. Your assistance is appreciated. Please use your qubit to initiate a network connection.
There go, not so blinding anymore. My webcam's still like fucking slow. Yeah, I know, buddy, it's blocked off. It's that way people can at least see me better. Oh, hey, look, there's the extra battery level 1. Oh, jump ramps, nice. Safe house? Yeah, I knew I missed a song.
Now displaying your current porter
Like, that's why the roads are kind of not such a great idea to allow people to be able to make immediately. Because, like, I'm just going to continuously
network established.
start doing it. Gooby, stop.
Good. Thank you for your service.
Greetings, Sam. This is the President. Once again, you've done it. The northwestern part of the Australian continent has been successfully connected to the chiral network. As a result, the probability of a new plate gate manifesting on this continent has significantly increased. As for what comes next, I believe a drawbridge ally is stationed at this facility. By strengthening your bonds, I have no doubt you will be able to accomplish even greater feats. So don't let me keep you. Your friend is waiting inside.
Facility doors have been unlocked. Please use the entrance to proceed into the facility.
Order completed. Well done. Very impressive work, Sam. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Please proceed inside. Administering shock. Stand clear.
Upper Beach reference frame confirmed. UB coordinates are L 47.37, B plus 6.32.
Hartman?
You're looking well, Sam. Thank you for coming. Oh. It's been a while.
Ticker still holding up?
Thanks to this support unit, I can flatline anytime, anywhere, without worry. No need for beds and the like either. I can sleep standing up. Not bad, eh?
Look, I'm just going to call it right now. If that technology doesn't fully exist quite yet, it's going to be existing within the next 5 to 10 years.
I am. They're a large part of the reason I came to this place.
You okay?
Jesus, dude.
I've been rather unkind to my heart. You might say I'm on the verge of heartbreak. Still, it's a small price to pay for mapping the beach. And now that my work here is complete, I can accompany you all on your journey. Oh, we undertook the beach mapping program to help determine the most efficient strategy for linking up Australia. While near death, I traversed the beach and provided location data to APAS, which it used to build a database.
Oh, hold on.
APAS was my...
Those look like PlayStation game cases almost. Cause like if you look at the top, like for some of them, they're clear. Like best one to point out really would be, yeah, from my screen, it'd be up near the top there, like right in the middle section. Pretty much take a look where Hartman's chest thing is. Go all the way across that shelf until you see the blue ones that look like... Okay, give me a second. Gooby, stop. You don't get to have special... No! You had a bad bathroom. You've been nothing but a butt all morning. You do not get special privileges like looking outside. Just because you hear birds. You do not get to go look outside. You get to go look outside when it's available. Not because you demand it. So enough. If I hear you playing around with that again, you're in massive trouble. Okay, but basically go until the blue case is from Hartman's chest thing, and then you look up and then you can see some like white clear cut like cases and whatnot. I don't know, it just reminds me of PlayStation 3 games.
I also collected water samples from the various
And
beaches
Blu-rays.
I visited, which I duly deposited in the form of my own tears. Apparently, the water somehow circulates between them and the world of the living. The samples were required to study the phenomenon.
Huh. This is the first I've heard of it. I didn't think this was your field.
Oh, it isn't. Far from it. I collected the samples for the benefit of a collaborator. In the process, I placed a greater strain on my heart. But it's nothing to worry about. Like it or not, they all wear out sooner or later.
You sure you're okay? All good in there?
Ride's here.
Is that all you're gonna take?
Yes. Everything I need is already stowed on the DHV Magellan. This here is my insurance. Well then, shall we go to the DHV Magellan?
Man, like, even with this just was... Oh, man. I really feel like this could have been drawn out a little bit more. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely do feel like I've missed a thing or two already. Thanks to my mom constantly messaging me, not realizing the fact that's like, hey, there's like very slight times where I could... Ugh.
Whoa.
Please take good care of him, okay?
Jesus. The fuck's wrong with that lady?
That was a close one. Remember to rest, Sam.
minutes into streaming. I can easily probably wait. I'm just kind of thinking like, hey, you know, I could probably go for a cigarette right now, but I'm also tired. That's just my big issue right now, is I'm really tired. Like last night was pretty rough for me. So I think that's just kind of like the big thing with me right now is I'm tired and I just kind of want the day to be done already. Which is probably a pretty relatable thing. There you go. That way things are not so fucking awkward. I guess go to bridge and let's check in on Hartman and see how he's dealing with stuff. It's like I kind of missed literally over half of the fucking conversation with him and Sam. It makes me sad that there's no way of going back and just re-looking at it.
Ah, Sam. You're the last to arrive. And now we're all here. Let's get to it. Recently, I received a number of strange mails that were apparently sent to me by none other than myself. And Fragile has been receiving similar communications too. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I got a few about Lou's records.
It goes without saying, I did not, in fact, send them. It's all very distressing and gave me palpitations.
Well, to be fair,
An especially concerning mail reached me not long ago.
there's a guy that's on, well, there's a
highly sensitive UCA
person
documents on BB's
of sorts on
chiral communications
Magellan
technology,
that has the ability to be anyone
including classified records of the BB's
who knows what you guys are doing.
sacrificed to build the foundation of the chiral network. These extraordinary children were the catalyst required for the network to route data through the beach. They served as a bridge between the beach and our world, hence the Bridge Baby moniker. They were originally intended for the sole purpose of sustaining the chiral network. I'd like to discuss the implications of these records in my possession, but before that, I can tell you how Bridge Babies were developed in more detail, if you wish.
I already know from the first game, I just want to see what the retcon is.
Death Stranding was first observed. The inciting incident having occurred during the performance of a caesarean section to save the child of a brain-dead mother. But perhaps the rest should be explained by someone who remembers the period. If you're willing to indulge me.
I can't speak with any authority, but if you insist. When the obstetrician touched the fetus during the procedure, it's said they glimpsed the beach. Subsequent research revealed that the unborn children and still mothers possessed a special connection to the place. While communications utilizing the beach had been theorized, the framework was incomplete. These children proved to be the missing link. Afterwards, development of the chiral network began in earnest, or so I'm told.
What's the thing is that Sam was one of the first BBs.
Question.
By all means.
Because if Cliff didn't pull him out of the case and try to leave with him, and
My work in Australia.
Sam died
Have I been
in his
condemned into
arms,
soul time?
with Omni on the other side sending him back to make sure
The
of
new
the fact that
Cupid
he
model
didn't
does not
die.
require a human catalyst. You can be assured of that.
Bridget was president when this all began, and she wouldn't permit women to be deliberately rendered brain dead in order to produce BBs.
She did, though.
But the Bridges researchers were not deterred, and they pressed on with their plan in spite of the president's misgivings.
Like, are we really going to just ignore the fact
Bridges smuggled pregnant
that
women
Sam
from
was
Mexico, among
literally
other places.
in Cliff's
Consequently,
arms,
they were able to produce
and she
what was
said,
needed
"Don't fire," and she
Cairo
literally was
a reality.
pretty much trying to
4 years ago,
get everyone to
the first
stop what the
Bridges
fuck they were
expedition
doing,
embarked
because
on their
they were
journey.
going to hit Sam, and they did.
This is what I received from the sacrificial BBs. Including backups, a total of 10 units were prepped for integration, but only 9 were used to lay the foundations of the North American network. I attempted to ascertain the whereabouts of the 10th, to no avail. But as drawbridge, we should have a higher security clearance than me personally. Just to be prudent, would you mind running a search? As Deadman determined, there was another BB-28 that existed before Lou, which was decommissioned. Fragile later discovered that, 4 years ago, Lou was assigned BB-28 serial number, and for reasons unknown, placed into storage.
No, I totally had my thing on. I didn't even realize.
Also
I'm sorry.
4 years ago. And they could surely have made use of another functional BB unit, yet again, for reasons unknown, Lou remained in storage. So did they have other plans for Lou? Was Lou deemed unsuitable for sacrifice? Or was Lou excluded from the mission for some other reason?
Like what?
Cardiac arrest imminent. 30 seconds remaining.
Not finding anything here. All the official records claim BB-28 was decommissioned. That's it. There's also nothing to suggest a connection between the missing BB and Lou.
That's the
Still,
thing, is that there
we know
might
for a
not be.
fact that they played a part in the first BB experiments. So we have to ask the question, did Lou play one too?
3, 2,
How is he near someone that's smoking when he has heart problems? Fucking ruthless. It's like leaving your account logged in at your friend's house. Like, that's something that like, if I'm remembering correctly, which I'm pretty sure I am, that, like, Sam, like, I remember Amelie even saying that she sent Sam back. That, like, if she didn't at least send him back, that it wouldn't have worked, nothing would have worked. Everything would have just fallen apart for her. Hey, the apple's ready.
I hope I didn't wake you, Sam. I had some news that I wished to share. A schematic for a marvelous device has been added to the Level 2 portable chiral constructor. It's called a transponder. Once you've built 2 or more in separate locations, you'll be able to travel between them.
Oh, basically Fragile's ability to jump.
The forensic mapping of which made this breakthrough possible. Safe houses and large facilities such as distribution centers have already been outfitted with transponders. You should make the most of them.
Okay, that's kind of neat, I guess. A little bit unnecessary if you ask me, though.
We have another assignment for you to attend to. Head to Hartman's lab and access the delivery terminal to pick up this main order.
When do you not have something for me to do? Like, seriously, when do they not? Man, I might live in a first world country. I might have, laws and shit to protect me. I still get leery about eating with eating an apple without cutting into it. Gross. Somewhat sated.
Moby Dick, or The Whale, seems to be one of Tarman's favorite novels. As the name suggests, it's a story about a white sperm whale named Moby Dick.
It's a story about how revenge
Ahab,
consumes a person.
Uses a prosthetic leg made of whalebone to replace the one Moby Dick took long ago. He's obsessed with getting revenge against the whale, which he hates with a terrible passion, all while nursing the phantom pain of his lost leg.
Good summary of start to finish. But if you want to actually get to the meat and potatoes of what Moby Dick's about, it's a story about how revenge can consume you to the point where as soon as you're at the end of both yourself and your revenge, you realize that maybe it wasn't worth it. That maybe it just consumed you for no reason.
Isn't it? How you use a thing makes all the difference.
That's the thing a lot of people get wrong about Moby Dick. It's just a story about revenge and about how revenge is may not be the most optimal choice to be making in life. I really want to be able to try and move it over to see if I can even place that first. It turns out I can't be placing that first. Because I'd have to take that off, and I'd have to take off the anti-graft device too. Just recycle it back into materials.
Was that tasty, Sam? Sam, been a while. Hartman's condition is cause for concern. There's no sugarcoating the tremendous
shit, dude. You didn't see the first game where he was literally resuscitating himself every certain amount of time. I think it was 21 minutes or something.
All of his organs. And let's not forget that the heart itself has a great many pain receptors.
It's also just a massive muscle, so if you keep using that muscle, it eventually gets to the point where it quits, or it wears thin. You keep forcing that muscle to work, eventually that muscle just gives the fuck up. $146. But I'm gonna boot. I am probably going to be making a quick save here. Then I think it's going to be cigarette time, because I seriously I miss the cutscene styles, the old cutscene styles, man. I miss having 20 minutes of just fucking exposition about the situation and the world and everything. I fucking miss that. looked down at my fucking dongle too for the wireless headset, and I was like, huh, it's not on. But then for some reason I toggled the fucking stupid ass well, I more or less toggled the mute button anyways. I am just struggling right now. I am tired. I'm exhausted.
Like a warm shock.
That's nothing new, dude. So that child was Neil.
What kind of cargo?
I have to smuggle them in.
Now, who was that?
I wonder if they're going to be setting it up as he was the original, like the very original cause. Like, if you will, the straw that broke the camel's back. Because, like, in the first game, it's kind of heavily implied that it's to do with Sam. Is the main reason why the Death Stranding happened. Because, like, I do almost vividly remember Amelie basically stating that her sending Sam back is what made her think that that's what started the entire, like, chain of events that led to the first game. And consequently, the second game also. But hey, maybe I'm remembering wrong. Or maybe this game just retcons the first one so heavily that you don't need to play the first game.
To be linked to the chiral network is in the eastern reaches of the continent, East Fort Knott. Our original plan would have had us route a connection through North Fort Knott, allowing for a simple and direct trip. Unfortunately, that city was completely obliterated by a void out. As a result, we have had to devise a new approach, utilizing a series of connections between preppers in the region. Easier said than done, of course. Some of these preppers are currently refusing to join the network. But according to APAS's latest simulations, enlisting the cooperation of the pizza chef should enable us to
the
win
pizza
over
chef,
these
the
holdouts.
character that I've had
Your
literally
first objective
spoiled
is therefore to bring the pizza
3
chef
days before the
online.
fucking game came
And it
out.
just so happens that the cargo he's requested is being stored
Like, that's
at
another
this
thing
very
too, is that this
facility.
game's fucking
It's been
everywhere.
designated a chilled delivery
Like, there was
due
just,
to its
there was no
sensitivity
surprise,
to
there was
heat.
no wonder
So you should transport
when it came
at
down to
night
this game.
or in the rain. Or perhaps take advantage of
Like,
a pickup on
oh,
the rover's
man.
covered cargo shelf, which should ensure it doesn't get exposed to direct sunlight. Undertake the main order on this delivery terminal when you're ready.
Like, I didn't even bother fucking listening to half the shit he was talking about. It's just like, I don't know. I do feel like a lot of this game this game has like a lot, and I do mean a lot of missed opportunities.
Order accepted. Thank you.
No, I get a fucking thing for Hartman's Lab. Oh, for fuck's sakes. like I don't want to have to deal with that, like taking a thing for Hartman all the way, like, to the pizza chef right now.
Oh, excuse me. Nice to meet you. Oh, wait. You might remember? My hand, at least. How's our mutual friend doing? Hardman and I have been working together to study water samples collected on the beach. My research prevents me from leaving this place. So I'm going to have to rely on you, Sam.
Everyone does. Lady, you're like the 50th person probably. And I'm including everyone in the first game.
Look at what you brought me. I didn't think. I've made great strides in my work thanks to you, and want to give you this data as thanks.
Okay, so is there going to be a level 3 that's smaller by chance?
I am increasing the amount of materials you.
Because if there is, I might just focus on getting him done.
The schematic I've shipped.
For refined extra battery increases capacity, but it's
one
same
of the
stats as the other
research
one.
projects I decided to take over from our mutual friend. I think there's still, you know, Sam, we've actually got something in common. Dooms. I can hear the
Difference
waves
is
of
that
and sense the flow
I
of
guess
power
Dooms is
across
different for each person, really.
This is what led me to suspect that water might be circulating between the beach and our world. As I immersed myself in my research, I also discovered that my body had begun to undergo certain changes. I had developed a condition that affected me every 21 minutes. I know, just like a certain someone. Our symptoms are a little
Weirdly
different,
enough, it
though.
seems to be like after the first 20 minutes or so, then I seem to have a bitching problem with this game.
First of all, only Doom's sufferers seem to develop them. In my particular case, I vomit every 21 minutes due to a form of gastric reflex spasm syndrome. The muscles of my stomach cease to function properly for a time, and everything in my system comes back up. I'd rather others didn't see this, so I keep to myself in the back room.
How do you
That's where I
eat?
was
How do you
when
get
we first came to this
nutrients?
laboratory.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry I
brutal.
wasn't able to greet you properly then. I hope I can call on you again.
Order completed. Well done.
Like, no joke, that is so fucking brutal. Well, I guess like another thing too is that like a lot of my heart and like the feeling I have for Sam, I think in this game is just, it's not there. Like I almost feel like the dialogue choices like right at the get-go with like the I won't do it and I will do it, I almost feel like those should have been changed where if Sam says that he will do it, you go on this weird Groundhog Day like effect. But if he says that he won't, you actually continue the story where like he objects, but then you still end up having to go out on a limb for Fragile for that first time, and Sam comes back, Lou's gone, and he's just like, no, I'm going to do this. Because like, to me, that just makes more sense. But that's also me, like, I'm a very different person, I guess, when it comes down to narrative. I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of missed opportunities with this. Like, there's a ton of missed opportunities with this game.
Sam, something appears to be approaching us. It exploded. Was it some sort of homing landmine? Sam, we're in serious danger here.
No shit. But hey, Lou's enjoying it. Which, for the record, if you don't know, Lou will just enjoy driving at ridiculous speeds. Lou is a little speed demon at heart. looks like we'll be focusing on him, Hartman's lab.
Welcome and thank you for coming. I'll inspect your cargo. Excellent work. This cargo is in perfect condition. I knew you would arrive soon. You are very... Please, connect me to this network of yours.
I kind of want food more than I want to do this, I think. I'll probably put some time into this. Make some food, I think. Like I said, I don't hate this game, but like I have a lot of complaints in comparison to the first game. But I think it comes down to like a lot of the hype that people have just pressed onto this. Machine gun.
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
Thank you. This technology is remarkable. I expect I'll receive plenty of new business. And speak of the devil, a new order just came in now. I look forward to seeing you again soon, Sam.
I can respect that guy. Doesn't want to piss around. Doesn't want to take up my time too much.
According to APAS's analysis, pizza-hungry individuals in the area could prove instrumental in the further expansion of the Cairo network. Anyway, let's press on to the next site awaiting you and your Cupid, shall we? It bears mentioning that the denizen located there has a reputation as a very cautious individual. Take care not to give them cause to doubt your intentions. Go ahead and pick up your new main order from the delivery terminal on site, so we can get underway.
Order completed. Well done.
It's all the way up to there. That's the main order to going that way. Well, I might as well do this.
This cargo has been...
Oopsies. Pitted in truck because it stays flat.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Got 5 minutes to get there. Okay, hold on here. Best way probably would be going that way, because it seems to be the slope, like that way or this way, and looping around.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
For free pizza. Okay. Oh my god, people. Like, I hate when there's a pseudo social media, like, add-on in a game. BTs, I should have known. if I can stick to this side and just bypass them. No, I'm driving straight into them. It looks like it's Watcher territory at that too. Okay. I'm super fucking blind here. Okay. Oh, there's a bunch of fucking chiral creatures over here. Shit.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is...
Lucky ass motherfucker getting a hot pepperoni pizza.
Is this a P? I'll confirm order status right away. How about that? Really, I'd like you to connect my shelter.
Sounds good. I should probably be thinking about food a little bit here, maybe. Nice. It looks like the game actually tells me too of like what areas are hey, Chiral Bridge. Neat.
Now displaying your current port
But yeah, no, it looks like the game also tells you which main facilities are there. I just kinda noticed that.
Incredible. Oh, I've just shared my chiral bridge schematic with you. You should be able to build it right away if you have... These bridges can be crossed more quickly than standard ones, though they won't function properly.
Which makes them very ineffective.
They're a little something I whipped up as a thank you. Really didn't take very long either. Actually, I'm the one who built his restaurant's oven.
Oh,
He's
nice.
been making the most of it. It's not easy being an architect these days. I just wish I had the freedom to do my job properly.
I know how it works.
Once you've constructed
It's
the
just,
foundation,
they
it
suck.
generates a chirogram that functions as a bridge. They're useful when there's limited space to build, or when you need to traverse a gap with a difference in elevation. I also added some modifications that allow you to cross these bridges more quickly. But since high concentrations of chiralium destabilize chirograms, chiral bridges won't function when it's raining or snowing. It's a safety restriction, implemented to prevent accidents. Even so, these bridges should still come in very handy.
Not really. You're better off having a regular bridge.
Well, we did it together. It was a passion project. We had to refine the design over and over until the pizzas came out just right. We got there in the end, though.
God, I'm
That
fucking
first pie we
hungry.
had together was unforgettable. If I
Yes, I
close
know
my
I'll make it
eyes,
though.
I can still remember how it tasted. Because mine is a dying art. There was a time when I believed that nothing was higher than architect. But now, whatever I make will succumb to timefall or be destroyed in a void out. New structures can be fabricated with data shared throughout the network, which is terrific.
But this just means there's no longer any need for me to actually build something with my own two hands.
But you can design everything, dude.
About having fewer opportunities to practice my craft.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't an architect someone that actually just designs the blueprints? Like, they're not the guy that physically makes it, because that's the construction company.
It's nice getting a chance
So,
to
like,
talk to someone
he
else.
still benefits
Maybe I'll visit again
immensely.
sometime.
He just has to design things that don't suck, like the Chiral Bridge. Okay, I have to go pick up all that wood. I'm not really seeing anything new. And like, I would get the range extender, except I like how wide it is. Like, the Odorek being wide is such a good thing. Because then I can just sit here, pop it, boom, item right there. Or I could look this way, pop it, and like, look, there's an item down there. But if I did the range extender, it would just be right in front of me. Oh, that's a jump, that's fast travel point. So, Architect's helmet would give me stuff.
Fuck.
God, that thing sucks. There we go. Chemicals. Okay, killing this chiral creature's fire is probably the best way of getting Chiralium. I genuinely actually thought, like, you know, maybe trying to find a way to harvest the mine would be a better idea, but no. Like, God, no. Because if you could farm those creatures, because they do seem to respawn relatively quickly, you're fine on Chiral. It's just unfortunate that they don't pop up on the Odrek scanner. Yeah, that's, I guess, something I could complain about is the fact that we don't have as much like world building interaction. Like, we don't have people that are like, hey, have you seen those like golden chiral creatures? I'm going to try and figure out a way of being able to make them pop up on your Odrek scanner, or being able to have you like find them much easier. Allowing you to, like, you know, go out, maybe take one out, give you a mission to like maybe sneak up on one to actually like show off some stealth mechanics in the game. Or to even maybe even give the players stealthy boots to use. That's something. You know, like, I definitely feel like this game didn't get to quite cook as long as it needed to. Just cause, like, I know that just Mr. Kojima, or as I like legitimately do refer to him as a lot of people do, Hideo Kojima, probably had a lot on his plate, if I'm being like completely honest. He's a busy man. Like, I don't expect him to have time to add every little feature or to be 100% like on top of every little thing in the game. I'm not like wanting to sit here and just kind of throw shade at the man, but I do feel like there was not as much attention on this as there was for the first game. It's like there's just these little things here and there that I'm like, how'd you miss out on this? Oh, speaking of missing out, I totally forgot to check the quarters stuff. Like the shared locker.
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Deliver.
Welcome, and marvelous. Far
Now displaying your current porter grade.
thanks.
Yeah. Let's see what else I can conjure up through you. I mean, stuff going to Hartman's lab isn't a bad isn't like a bad thing. But conversely, I just okay, level up to 31. And get a half now before I should worry about food. Yeah, I am able to see what's here. Animal shelter, Towser. Looks like I'm gonna have to go back for Hartman's lab. But that's gonna be good, because then maybe I can get the battery. Maybe I can get a better battery. Something that can actually fit on my fucking backpack. Okay, now my headset's on, alright. And I guess what I was going to say was, I was on my way back to the architect and try and see if I can find any of this stuff just laying around. Doesn't matter if it's big or small, take it right now. didn't break anything when I did that. Or if I did, it wasn't gonna let me know.
Look that one.
I don't think I was supposed to phase through that rock, but I did. $300, pretty free and easy. Now I have to watch out for these little bastards over here a lot better. Yeah. Be getting tons and tons of chiral crystals, like I'm supposed to be having. But I'm being very obstinate at not getting.
You mind?
Oh yes, that's right, he's on the side. Unfortunately, I do have to construct a chiral bridge, I guess, for the platinum trophy.
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is facility ground.
Your orders and requests. Glad you're a workaholic.
It's up to 2 stars.
Asking for help all the time.
Electric trap.
I'd like to give you this as thanks.
Oh.
I'm increasing your materials allocation. Use them.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
These electric traps are great. Got me out of trouble more than a few times. Any enemies that get too close will be zapped by a powerful shock, potentially knocking them out. And if you set up 2 or more in an area, the closest traps will be linked to each other, meaning that any enemies who happen to pass between them will be subjected to a shock as well. It's a good idea to prepare countermeasures when you're worried someone might come after you. I whipped these up when I needed something to defend myself. And yeah, they really work.
See, now he's more of an inventor than an architect. Okay, that's there. I might just take some metal off this dude's hands. That's too much metal. 100. 800's good. Okay, now time to drop off at Hartman's lab. Pretty much continue ignoring the story for items that I arguably often kind of fucking need. Because, I'm still trying to figure out what's the actual intended, like, route, play route to be going, because as much as, like, I want to go walking everywhere, it just seems so much more, I want to say impactful for you to be going around in a field.
Okay.
Like, no joke. it's just so much better for you to be in a vehicle than it is to be out and about. Like, this definitely isn't like the first game where you're rewarded for taking the slower path. This, it feels like you get more of a reward from actually like gunning through it. Which is really weird. Cause like, yeah, you get stuff for taking your time and slowly building up each person. But it seems like there's just more for trying to get to those people and then just busting out everything that you can for them. Cause like the first game for me, it felt like there's a big intensive care about making sure that the player got everything that was, you know, in their path type deal. Where it's like, hey, you know, you need to really like focus on what you're grabbing and what you're doing. Like, it felt more important and more impactful to basically be grabbing stuff as like I'm going. Like, I guess I'm describing it in a really bad way, but actually no, perfect example. Going in between the distro center south of Mount Knot City and Lake Knot City. Yes, but for BT, a few meal camp areas, but more often than not, there were a couple items that you're like, you know, I could stop off and grab that, or you did stop off and you grabbed them. And in this game, it feels like it's more of like, you know, I'm going that way anyways, I might as well grab this and take it with me kind of thing. Versus first game where it's just like, you know, I should grab that and take it with me. Yeah, that's all. But no, there's that one spot there. No, like, it's probably me just griping about like the fact that this isn't basically Death Stranding 1. Which it even sounds like that to me if I'm being honest. But it's like, I feel like there are criticisms that are more or less warranted. Because like, to me it feels like it's a form of identity problems. Like, the game knows it's Death Stranding 2 and it wants to be different than Death Stranding 1, but at the same time, well, I guess I nailed it yesterday when it said it's the Kingdom Hearts 1 versus Kingdom Hearts 2 thing, where some people swear by the fact that Kingdom Hearts 2 is the better game out of them. Even though I do personally say it's down to personal preference. And that Kingdom Hearts 2 is a very good game, very fun and everything, but and if I want to get actually technical, if I want, you know, be legitimate, I kind of think Kingdom Hearts 3 is the better one between all three of them, just due to the fact of everything it gives you and the combination of like 1 and 2 together being basically 3, in my opinion. They're awake already, Jesus. No, everyone's awake. Some people are awake. I really did not want that assault rifle. No idea why the game grabbed it for me, but I guess thank you. Alright, let's get over to Harvard's. Actually, it's more of the Hydraulist. Hydraulist? The water lady that vomits every 21 minutes. It's more of her thing than anything else. It looks like the mines get reset up every single time they get back up. And I know these things got wicked range to them. Might as well drop off the metals and any ceramic I have. Which, yes, I do have ceramic. And I can drop off the Chiral crystals. Because I have more than enough to drop them off. Yeah, like 4K. More than enough. Now, if I took all my stuff from Magellan, I might be able to almost get that done. I think that is my path. One thing I will also like throw out there is I do think the animals are actually a really cool idea. I do think, like, you know, rescuing them, that is a neat idea. That's actually also like a really nice thing to show off to people, because, like, let's be honest here, there's a whack load of like teenagers and kids that are probably going to still play this game anyways, especially with how easy and accessible it is. And I mean that in like terms of like being able to pick up and play kind of thing. So like the fact that like you can more or less show off, like, hey, you should care about these guys, like there's a reason to care about these animals, you know, animal preservation is a very important thing to a younger generation. And even in some cases, people that are my age that don't fucking understand it. Which there are some.
I appreciate you really went above and beyond. With your support,
yeah, I figured level 3.
has advanced leaps and bounds.
But the same size?
You should find it invaluable.
Really? I thought it would have been smaller, but you know, the exact same strength as level 2.
The amount of materials you can use.
Because that would have been smart. Okay, let's see if I got something for the pizza guy.
I say I did this, but I only managed to do. I'd like to. By the way, you might not be aware of this, but he was helping me with my hydrology research.
Hydrology, there you go.
Were partners.
Hydrologist.
Research associates, that is. When he returned from his brief visits to the beach, his body retained trace amounts of water. It was these samples that I used to carry out my research. But I understood that the trips had begun to take a toll on his heart. So I can't help but worry still. Look after him for me.
Oh, I intend to.
Hartman and I both belong to a community of people dealing with 21-minute syndromes. The 21-Minute Anxiety Association. I first met him at one of our meetings. Naturally, these meetings only run for 20 minutes. So we got to know each other better by exchanging mails afterwards.
Back of my ear really
We
hurts.
conversed at length about our shared struggles and grew closer.
I've been trying to deal with it for
joint
days.
research activities.
Over a week now.
I hope I can call on you
Probably like
again.
2 weeks.
Please tell
when I see him.
Order completed. Well done.
Alright, nothing for the pizza guy. Which means I'm probably just going to make a good old save, fat save here, and then I'm going to focus on lunch because I am hungry. And I'm tired. And let's see how far into the story. 47%, I guess. I guess that's slowing down. That's not terrible. That's actually kind of a good thing. But yeah, I will probably be back later for this.